Welcome back to the podcast. We are here on a Tuesday, August 11th, 2020. Yesterday's video, very up and down, but that's okay. We did good the day prior, so we're good. We should be good in our bankroll. Always remind yourself bankroll management. Don't be going overboard. You need to put value on each and every play that you do use and do put towards the bet slip. So if you feel confident, it should be still 1 unit, or if you want to go further, 1.5 units. Depends what you have in your bank account. 1 unit could be $5. 1 unit can be $50. One unit can be $500. Depends all on the person. So you know how much you make. You know what you can handle, and you need to come up with a system where I'm fine spending this much on either a straight bet or a parlay, okay? All right, I'll get more into that in another episode about bankroll management. But today we're going to hop into this NBA and MLB slate. We're going to bounce back from yesterday. First game in the NBA has been wild and crazy. You're not going to see any of these same lineups. A lot of these starting lineups are changed. It's going to be a lot of backups because a lot of these teams are just getting ready for the playoffs, letting these the younger guys, the rookies, and the journeymen get their minutes so the stars can rest. So the first game, we have the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Orlando Magic. In this one, like I said, we got a ton of guys missing. On the net side, there's no Jared Allen, there's no Joe Harris, there's no Karis LeVert, and there's no Garrett Temple. On the Orlando side, there is no Al-Farouq Aminu, there's no Jonathan Isaac, there's no Terrence Ross, who's huge off the bench. Mo Bamba is out, Michael Carter-Williams is out, Evan Fournier is out, and Aaron Gordon. So it's pretty much Vucevic on his own. In this one, I can get a very, very good price on the Nets at either the point spread at plus 4.5 or the money line at plus 163. This team, we already know their bench is very, very feisty. They already beat the Clippers. They already beat the Bucks. The Nets are a very feisty team. They are a higher seed than the Orlando Magic as well. And I like the fact that they have more three-point shooters, especially on that bench. But the Magic don't. All right, they're missing a huge pieces. Markelle Fultz is going to get a lot of minutes, but he's not that great of a shooter. Terrence Ross, they're missing. So it's pretty much Vucevic, Kim Birch, James Ennis, and a couple other scrubs. But I think the value is on the net side at plus 163. Take advantage of that. Next game, we have the Houston Rockets going up against the San Antonio Spurs. And in this one, we have some more outs as well. We have Eric Gordon out, who's been out for a while. We don't know about Daniel House, and James Harden is out. So this is going to be the Westbrook show on the Houston side. And on the San Antonio side, you have to wait for news about Derek White. Derek White has been their best shooter for the San Antonio Spurs, especially from three-point land. So if he's out, that is a big blow to them. Kind of hurts their efficiency. DeMar DeRozan, this is a two-point shooting team pretty much. They lose Derek White. They lose him. You got Houston shooting threes. Houston should eke out a win. They got Westbrook. They got Ben McLemore can hit threes. Robert Covington still can hit threes. PJ Tucker can hit threes in the corner. They still got Austin Rivers off the bench, who scored 40 points in the last game. I'm going to take the Houston Rockets at plus money. Even though the Spurs are in must-win mode, I like the fact that the Rockets offense is just too much. Next game, we have the Phoenix Suns going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. And in this one, we have some more outs. They're pretty clean on the Phoenix Suns side. They have to win. They're currently, 7-0 in the bubble. They need another win to boost themselves closer to that play-in spot for the playoffs. Philadelphia Sixers is just a shit show. No Joel Embiid, no Jason Richardson, no Ben Simmons, probably no Tobias Harris, and probably no Al Horford. This is clear cut. Give me the Suns. I don't know. I might want to take the minus 9.5, but I just want to be safe with just give me the Suns to win, okay? Or even the under, because I don't expect the 76ers to keep up the score. It's pretty much the Suns are probably carrying the one side of the total, and 76ers are losing a lot of big scores on their offensive side. Next game, we have the Portland Trail Blazers going up against the Dallas Mavericks. This is another one. This is clear cut. There is Doncic is active and Porzingis is active. So Portland's gonna have to come and bring it. They need to. They have to win this game. They have to win this game. But you got Luka and KP. This is gonna be tough. They're gonna test Portland to fight in this playoffs. Okay. I still like Portland Trail Blazers to win. I even like the over because they're just going to be going at it. They're going to go back and forth. Even if you take some player props with Dame Lillard, let's see what is it set at? His points. I don't know if they even have it. They might even have it. I don't see no player props up here. You might have to wait till closer to tip time for player props. They got game props, first to 10 points. They don't have any player props right now at the moment. But if they do, closer to tip-off, come back and check. I will take the over on Damian Lillard's points scored, whatever it's at. It's probably set at 30, but he's going to go over that. So I like Portland in that game. Next game, we have the New Orleans Pelicans going up against the Sacramento Kings. In this one, both of these teams are eliminated. Nothing really to play for. That's why you see no De'Aaron Fox, starting point guard, no Rashawn Holmes, who's the center. And on the Pelican side, there's no Holiday, there's no Brandon Ingram, and then there's no Zion Williamson. I'm leaning more to the King side because I like their bench more. I like Bogdanovich. I like Barnes. Alex Len is a very solid center. New Orleans Pelicans don't play any defense. You still got Buddy Hield coming off the bench. You still got Harry Giles, who's a very active defender. They still got Kent Bazemore. That's what's going to count. That's what you're going to see. Even if the Pelicans get up big, I definitely see the Sacramento Kings coming back and taking a win. I like the Kings in that game. And the over. Not the under. The over. Next game, we have the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Washington Wizards. This team, the Wizards, are totally done for. There's nothing to play for them. And we're just waiting on news about Giannis Antetokounmpo. But other than that, it doesn't really matter. The Milwaukee Bucks have been losing games, but this is the Washington Wizards team that is one of the worst defensive teams in the league. And I'm taking the Bucks to finally get a win. It's been a minute. That's why it went down a little bit. It was at like minus 400. I'm taking the Bucks at minus 360. And we're moving on from NBA, going to MLB. And we're going to start off with, let's see. We're going to start off with the Miami Marlins going up against the Blue Jays, this is their home opener. I think they're playing in Baltimore, but they weren't allowed to play in Toronto. But we're here. We got Hyun-Jin Ryu going up against Alicia Hernandez. This game, I like the Blue Jays money line or the over. Hyun-Jin Ryu is a very, very solid pitcher. They got him from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Hernandez is giving up big power to righties, and that is a problem against this lineup. That's why we're going with the Blue Jays. All right, next game, we have the Cincinnati Reds. Luis Castillo, their ace in the pocket, going up against Chris Bubic, a lefty, and that's huge problems against this Reds lineup. If we just come here and look, let me get to the Cincinnati Reds. Right here. Lefties against the Reds is not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. We got Nick Senzel at the top of the order. Nick Castellanos smashes lefties. Eugenio Suarez smashes lefties. Kirk Casale smashes lefties. Phillip Ervin has huge ISO against lefties as well. If we come over here, you can see it. We're going to look at the ISO tab. All right, boom. Like I said, Phil Ervin, 240 ISO. Castellanos, 336. Davidson, 364. And Suarez, 304. We're going to look for a lot of power bats here on the side of the Reds. And I'm going to take the Reds at home with their ace on the mound. I feel like that's one of our confident picks of the day. At minus 195, that's a good price. And we're moving on. We have the Baltimore Orioles going against the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies came in smashing, absolutely smashing the Atlanta Braves yesterday against Sean Newcomb, a lefty. And now they're going up against the Baltimore Orioles, Alex Cobb. I know a lot of people are going to jump on the Phillies, but this is a scary game. Alex Cobb has been pitching very, very well this season, and Zach Wheeler struggles against lefties, and Baltimore has some decent left-handed pop, and I can see an upset here. Okay, I can see the money line of the Baltimore Orioles or the run line. I don't think the Phillies pull away that far because, like I said, Zach Wheeler used to be on the Mets. I know his problems, and the Orioles do have some decent bats. Okay. Next game, we have the New York Yankees going up against the Atlanta Braves. Touki Toussaint. Like I said, the Braves just got destroyed against the Philadelphia Phillies the day prior. I'm all over the Yankees for today. Jordan Montgomery had a great little offseason. And in that scrimmage, he was pitching. In the scrimmage pitching matches, he was pitching very, very well. He struggled in his first outing. I think he gets back on the bump. The problem is that Touki Toussaint struggles a lot against lefties. So you got Aaron Hicks and some other bats in there that he's going to have to deal with. And this Yankees order is looking to bounce back from that Tampa Bay weekend, which was pretty bad. And I like Jordan Montgomery a lot. So minus 148 for the Yankees. That's a very low price for a team that's going to be probably division winner at the end of the day. Next game, we have the Washington Nationals, Max Scherzer going up against the New York Mets, Rick Porcello. Porcello has been pitching well in his last start. We're going to go over here to DraftKings just to see a little synopsis of what he's been doing. He struggled in his first two starts actually, which were against Atlanta right here. He gave up 6 earned runs, and then came back, faced Atlanta again, gave up 3 earned runs. But then when he was facing the Washington Nationals, he kind of settled in. I expect the same performance. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 4 Ks. He's not a huge K guy, but he will definitely manage the game for you. And Max Scherzer got injured in his last start going up against the Mets. Had a hamstring problem. I'm not 100% sure if he's A-okay because that can flare up at any moment that he's on the mound. So I am leaning towards the Mets money line or the plus 1.5. Okay. The Mets got embarrassed yesterday, and they need to bounce back. Understand is one of the best pitchers in the league, but he is coming off an injury. Okay. Next game, we have the Chicago Cubs going up against the Cleveland Indians, Adam Plutko. In this game, I'm leaning towards the Indians or the over. Lester is he's pitching above his ceiling right now. Currently at the beginning of the season, he's mainly a home guy. He has home road splits, and he's on the road today going up against the Indians lineup that can definitely hit left-handed pitching. Plutko is known to give up some runs. He's hit or miss, but that's why I like the over as well in this game. There's going to be runs, and I'm going to take the home team. You're getting them at a discount. Okay, I'm taking a home team. You're getting them at a discount. Lester's a worse pitcher, and the Indians have a better lineup. So we're going to take the Indians at home going up against the Chicago Cubs. All right. Next game, we have Gio Gonzalez, a lefty, going up against the Detroit Tigers, Tyler Alexander. And in this one, I am going to go with the White Sox. Gio Gonzalez has struggled the past couple of years. Tyler Alexander is an up-and-coming pitcher. Pitched well in his last outing, but the veteran in Gonzalez and that White Sox lineup is pretty solid. All them righties that they have can and will get to Tyler Alexander. All right, we're going to take the White Sox in this one. Next game, we are going with the Tampa Bay Rangers. Andrew Kittredge. It says Andrew Kittredge, but it's Jalen Beeks who's going to be doing a little pitching as the opener, going up against Martin Perez, who has been very, very solid. Ever since he left the Texas Rangers, came to the Boston Red Sox, he has put together some very, very good outings so far this season. And I'm going with the Red Sox to bounce back after their loss yesterday to the Tampa Bay Rays. And they're going to get into that bullpen because the guy that's backing up Jalen Beeks is the main problem, and he has a horrible ERA. So I'm going to stick with Martin Perez as the solid starter, and I see the Red Sox getting the win. Next game, we have the Minnesota Twins, Tyler Clipper, who's going to be the opener. I know you see Tyler Clipper, you expect him to close. No, he's been opening for the Minnesota Twins and going up against the Milwaukee Brewers, Josh Lindblom. And Josh Lindblom struggles mightily. He gives up huge hard contact and struggles to left-handed hitters. And the Twins' offense is just off the charts, and they have a ton of bats that can get to this Milwaukee Brewers team. And we're gonna go right back to the well with the Twins. This is one of the you gotta just trust this team. Yankees you can usually trust. The Twins definitely this year you can trust because they're just so stacked. And these left-handed bats like Max Kepler will smash Josh Lindblom. All right, and especially how the Milwaukee Brewers have been struggling this season. I don't know what's wrong with them. And Yelich is in a huge slump. We're going with the Minnesota Twins. Next game, we got Zach Gallen and the D-backs who got a huge win. They held off the Colorado Rockies yesterday, 8-7. Kyle Freeland is a lefty going up against the Diamondbacks, who have some good power at righty. And Zach Gallen is an absolute stud who they got in a trade from the Miami Dolphins. I'm about to say Dolphins. The Miami Marlins. I love Zach Gallen here. This is why this line is so even because Zach Gallen is such a good pitcher, but you got to factor in the fact that they're in Colorado. Runs tend to come as long as Zach Gallen can get to that 6th, 7th inning. You're looking at a Diamondbacks win right here. And I'm going to take them again and beat the Rockies and go to 2-0 so far in this season, in this series against them. Next game, we have Marco Gonzalez and the Seattle Mariners going against the Texas Rangers and Mike Minor. So we got lefty versus lefty matchup. Mike Minor is the ace for the Texas Rangers. Marco Gonzalez is not the ace for the Mariners, and he is a horrible pitcher. Texas Rangers let us down yesterday. Justin Dunn came through. I don't know how, but I'm hoping, Mike Minor, you're the ace of the team. You can come in and do better than what Kyle Gibson did. And I'm taking the Texas Rangers to beat Marco Gonzalez and the Seattle Mariners. Next game, we have the San Francisco Giants. Tyler Anderson going up against Brandon Bielak, one of their young prospects in the Astros. I don't need to spend time on this one. We're taking the Astros. Tyler Anderson is a horrible lefty. And we got a stacked lineup on the Astros side. The Astros came through for us yesterday against the Giants. They should clean sweep this team. And we're going back to the Astros. All right. Next game, we have the San Diego Padres. Had a huge win yesterday. Shocked me going up against the LA Dodgers and Ross Stripling. I don't think that happens again. Ross Stripling is a very good starter for the LA Dodgers. They use him in multiple facets as a starter, as a reliever. This guy is very reliable. And Garrett Richards is not a good pitcher. He left the Angels, came over to the Padres. He gives up a lot of hard contact. And that's going to be a problem against Mookie Betts, against Jock Peterson. And the list goes on and on in that LA Dodgers lineup. The Dodgers bounce back. And we got a nice little rivalry here between the Padres and Dodgers. It's not the same old San Diego Padres. And then last but not least, we have the Oakland Athletics going up against the LA Angels. In this one, Dylan Bundy has turned into a new pitcher ever since he left Baltimore, which was a hitting part. And now he's with the Angels. Has a better supporting cast with him, especially defensively. And Michael Fears is a good pitcher at home in Oakland. On the road, it's another situation. And I expect LA Angels and Mike Trout to get to Mike Fears early and often. We're going with the LA Angels in this one. And those are my picks for today, for August 11th. Let's just do a little guarantee parlay real quick. Like I said, I think my favorite was, I'll just do maybe 2 or 3 legs. All right, I love the Cincinnati Reds today in this one, and then we're gonna go over the NBA. We're gonna go with teams that need to win. All right, teams that need to win. So Phoenix Suns need to win, and Portland Trailblazers have to win. This one is going to be risky because the Dallas Mavericks are starting the starters, but the Trailblazers are in absolute win mode. They have to win. They have to win. And you get a nice little plus 217 on this parlay. We're going with this as the guarantee. If you don't want to trust the Portland Trailblazers, then you can take them off, and you'll get a minus 118. That's not bad as well. You're pretty much doubling your money. And that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out, and see you tomorrow.